Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Just recorded another video. Figured I may as well get this review out of the way so I can just put some extra footage up here of some of the features I'm going to be talking about of my Glowlight 3 review, follow up to my Glowlight Plus review. Let's talk about the design, and then we're going to talk about hardware and processing and storage and final thoughts. So I would call the Glowlight 3 a return to form in a lot of ways. It's a return to this black color, which I'm not super excited about. I like the look of the Plus with its white face and its like copper bronze back. That was made up of all metal. This is like a soft rubber. And we got two major features that are the selling point features. The return of physical buttons and a night mode. But let's talk about the buttons and let's talk about the display, and then we can talk about the backlights. So you get 4 buttons, 2 on each side, a home button, and a power button. Very tactile, very comfortable, very immersive. If you hold your e-reader like this, your forward button is going to be naturally your button to go to the next page. I hold my e-readers like this. I just went into the settings, changed it. It does help you get in to a book a little faster. I don't know. I didn't notice a difference in speed in terms of using a swipe on the screen or a button, but it certainly made me have to not think about it because my thumb is already naturally there. The display. This is a display where Barnes & Noble says the display is better than ever. Yes and no. The dirty secret with e-ink is that all the displays have been the same for the past 3 or 4 years. Same DPI, same resolution, same clarity. This hasn't changed. I put this up to my my Glowlight Plus with no backlight. Same resolution. I didn't notice any difference. But what is different, what they have improved, is the backlight. The Glowlight 3 has more lights, so there is more of an even glow. And this is what you can tell when you put them side by side. The fact that Glowlight 3 just is a night and day difference compared to the Plus, which has less lights, so it looks a lot spottier, it never gets as bright. And since we're talking about lights, the second selling feature is going to be the night mode. There are 2 versions of night mode, automatic and manual. Automatic, you just put it in. What the night mode will do is it will remove the harsh blue light from a screen over time. So starting about 6 o'clock, every 25, 30 minutes, you'll see the screen get a little bit more orange. This is included because blue light is very harsh on our eyes. Removing that, using more of an orange color, easier on your eyes, much easier to read at night. Number of studies show that it's easier to fall asleep once you remove blue light from your phones, your tablets, your computers. Now, e-readers, they're all getting built with these functionalities. Maybe some more that say you get better sleep. I don't know about that, but certainly it is harder to fall asleep with a harsh blue light. It's basically artificial light. Essentially, the science behind that is it is simulating daytime, and your eyes are like, oh, it's daytime, I'm not going to get sleepy. Whereas with when you remove that, it's easier to fall asleep, but it's also just easier on your eyes. I get way more time out of my tablets and computers when I have flux going on by several hours before eye strain comes in, so highly recommended. Let's get rid of a thing people talk about, that this thing is lighter than the Plus. It's not. They are actually the same. Gram difference. It's the same. Where I think this is happening is the Plus was made out of metal. It feels heavier, and it's waterproof. So I think the center of mass is more in the center because it can't let water get in. And this is not waterproof, so the weight is dispersed. It just feels lighter. It's softer to the touch. The weight is dispersed. It will feel lighter, but they are in fact the same. But yeah, your mind just gets tricked. Also of design, this is a little fatter. It's a little wider, taller than the Plus, so all your old accessories won't work. Those page flaps or the sleeves. I have a sleeve. Can't fit this in there. And I don't think Barnes & Noble is selling sleeves for Glowlight 3. which is a shame, but this thing, again, stays on my bedstand all the time. The next big thing is processing. This is, again, like the display. It's a yes and no situation where it is improved, but not really. E-ink has weird hiccups. Sometimes you hit the power button to wake it up, and it takes 10 seconds. Sometimes you open a book, and instead of opening up right away, it takes 3 to 5 seconds. This is a problem with the e-ink technology. And just e-readers, all of them are going to have these weird little hiccups. For the most part, this runs just the same as the Glowlight Plus, but what I have noticed is when you're going through your library and it's populating your books, so much faster on here. Plus, big thing, and we got 2 gigantic software changes, okay? So, I guess it's 3. The first one is I find the Glowlight 3 less buggy than the Plus. It's based on Android. Bugs are a feature. And the Glowlight 3 handle is it's kind of rare for me to see a bug, whereas the Plus would have like these kind of weird restarts and things every once in a while. And I think one of the big changes is the change to the OS. I mean, it's still Android, but Barnes & Noble updated it so that the Nook ecosystem, the Nook functionality and the store functionality, previously they were 2 different things. Barnes & Noble has fixed this. What I mean by 2 different things. For example, did you know your wish list on your Nook? So if you like a book and you're like, oh yeah, I'll heart that, put in my wish list for later, was fundamentally different than your wish list on your Barnes & Noble account. Even if you had your Nook app is loaded to your Barnes & Noble account from your phone. So you would wish list books here and it wouldn't show up on your account. They have changed that, so now that when you wish list things on your Nook, there is a specific Nook wish list, which is different from your Barnes & Noble wish list, and this makes sense because you cannot buy movies and CDs and things like that from your Nook. You can only buy ebooks, whereas in your Barnes & Noble, you can wish list all sorts of different things. So again, that functionality, and there's like a couple of other quality of life things. Phenomenal from Barnes & Noble. Huge, clapping, commendable changes. This other big, huge change specifically for Nooks is storage partitioning. What does this mean? If you didn't know, Barnes & Noble, every Nook device was partitioned. So previously, like 4 gigs of space, half a gig, well, let's be honest, an entire gig was for the OS, and all devices do this. Your phones do this, so that, like my phone has 32 gigabytes of storage. It really only has 27 because the operating system takes up so much. Same thing here. So of your 4 gigs, you got, let's call it 3. Say you have 3 gigs of usable storage. And for the Plus, I believe for side-loaded content, it was only half a gig, maybe a full gig. So that means 2 gig, let's call it full. Let's be generous. A full gig was associated to side-loaded content. That means you strip your Kindle DRM off, you put your books in there, you buy Smashwords, Drive-Thru Fiction, wherever, and you put it on your Nook, you only have a little bit of storage space compared to all the storage space for your official Nook content. When the Glowlight 3 came out, they removed that partition. So you have complete access to your storage to use how you want. For official content, side-loaded content alike. This is phenomenal if you are someone who does buy DRM-free books and you use this e-reader. Huge, huge. And, kind of now coming into summary, this is the best value e-reader you can buy at $120. By a long shot. Physical buttons, closest we have is new Kindle Oasis's. That's a weird word to say. But that's $300. Are you willing to pay a $180 premium just for physical buttons again? And for the night mode on this, again, this is Koba Aura 1 territory. So are you willing to pay $120, $140 premium just so it's easier to read at night? The Glowlight 3 is perfect for anyone who just wants to get into an e-reader. If you're new to a medium user, phenomenal. You care about your hardware, this is it, okay? For premium users, again, you're probably going to go to the Oasis or to a Kobo Aura 1. I don't know, because the Kobo Aura 1's also bigger screen, things like that. They got some nice things going on over there. I quite like that. I will say that. So if you're a medium user, no-brainer. Jump over to the Glowlight 3. If you're a new user and you are getting interested in e-reading, I will say I will recommend it, but it's $120, right? That's a lot of money to what is a single-purpose device. I mean, my tablet here, this is my Surface tablet. I have a keyboard. This is essentially my laptop. I can read comics, YouTube, whatever. An e-reader is not that. So $120 for something that you're not sure you're going to like, tough proposition. So I'm going to recommend, and I'll include a link in the description for where I bought my Glowlight Plus. Last year's model, still very good, just a little buggier here and there. Just basically for more slowdown that tends to pop up. Not that it always pops up. And honestly, the backlight I feel is still very good. I still think the Plus is very good, and it's water resistant. It's rough and tumble, and it's $60. I mean, you can't get better value. Barnes & Noble has been phenomenal on hardware for e-readers. I will still push a Glowlight Plus over a base Kindle, which is $80. You will hate e-reading. You will absolutely hate it if you buy that base Kindle with a worse screen and no backlight. And like I said, if you put this side by side with the Paperwhite, if you care about hardware, it wins out. If you don't, and you're already in the Amazon ecosystem, get a Paperwhite, right? You don't care about buttons, and you don't care about night mode. I think you should, especially for night mode, because that was a game changer. I can read at night on this thing. Much more than I previously could. I would highly recommend the Glowlight 3. Glowlight Plus, it's great if you just want to test out and then upgrade to the Glowlight 3 this year, or see if they're going to update this. I really hope they don't. I really hope they don't update this at all. This is a 3 to 5 year device. You buy it, you're going to have, most people, the fastest turnaround for the average user. Not the user who needs to get the newest thing every year. They keep an e-reader for every 3 years, but it's about 3 to 5. And you will have this and basically not want better hardware. Because the newest hardware is basically for audiobooks. And I do all my audiobooks from my phone anyways, which is always on me. I never forget it, and it connects right to my car via Bluetooth. And basically that's what it looks like a lot of the premium e-readers. I know the Oasis and the Kobo Aura 1 are having more audiobook compatible, huge storage, like 64 gigs, because audiobooks take a couple gigs, at least a gig. I just got the Disaster Artist on Google Play, and I think it was like a gig. So I highly recommend it. But again, if you're a newbie, try over a Glowlight Plus. See if you like it. If you've already been using a tablet for a while and you're looking for the next step, but you're not sure you want to plunk down $120, Glowlight Plus. If you care about hardware, if you care about good hardware and you're kind of looking for the next few years, Glowlight 3 all the way. If you don't, you're already in the Amazon ecosystem, a Paperwhite, I would just recommend wait for the refresh. Wait to see if Amazon is going to include a night mode, a blue light filter in all their new Kindles, because that is the selling feature for myself, who is still very much a casual user in a lot of ways. Anyways, that's it for me. That's it for the review. Hope it helps out, and I will see you all later.